Welcome to the Winning in Business podcast. I'm your host, Kelli Risse, and I love talking to business professionals, leaders, and entrepreneurs who are winning in business. Are you ready to reach your next level of success? If so, join us on the Winning in Business podcast as I interview entrepreneurs, business professionals, and leaders who share how they've risen to success. Before we begin, go ahead, hit subscribe and the notification button so you'll be notified each time a new episode is released. Plug in and settle in. You're about to be inspired to rise up to your next level of success. Welcome to another episode of Winning in Business. I'm Kelli Risse, and today we're going to talk about how we're all champions at the game we're playing, whether it's productive or not. So earlier this week, the weather was beautiful here, and I was out taking a walk, and I was wearing my t-shirt that says, "Winning the game I'm playing." And it really got me thinking. And, there are people who are good at procrastinating, and they're so good at procrastinating that they could write a book about it. But of course, they keep putting it off. And they are winning at the game of procrastination. And isn't it interesting that this metaphor, this saying, really can align with what we're doing in business and in life? And it's about the habits, the routines that we unconsciously excel at. And, you can be a business owner, an all-star business owner, working 16 hours a day, but you can't remember the last time that you had a hobby or dinner with your family. And so then what game are you winning at? And then we have to look at, okay, once I figure out the games I'm playing, do I want to be playing those? And when I think about some of the clients when they first come to me, they are winning at the game of excuses. They're winning at the game of procrastination. They're winning at the game of not focusing, right? So distraction, or shiny object. That's the game they're winning at. They're winning at working too many hours. They're winning at not delegating, doing it all themselves. They're winning at conflict, meaning not having the necessary conversations. And so the conflict just continues, right? So not asking the right questions, not having the right conversations. And some of them are also winning at a really crappy money mindset. And when you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, and your money mindset is keeping you stuck, then how are you ever going to win that game? So these are some of the things that clients come to me with. We identify what game are you playing. So here's my suggestion to you. Really stop and think about what game are you playing? What there's a lot of them that you're playing, right? You can be playing the game of you pop right up in the morning and jump out of bed and do a great morning routine. You're winning at that one. Or you could be hitting snooze repeatedly. Then losing it, like you're winning you're winning at the game of snoozing, right? And, I remember one of my clients was like, she's like, "Oh, Kelli, I'm just struggling putting habits in place." And I'm like, no, actually, you're really good at habits. Everybody is really good at habits. It's what habits are you good at? Is it the habit of procrastination, right? So all the ones we're talking about, same thing. What habits are you winning at? Because we're all good at them. And so then it's just a matter of if you want to be winning at different games in your life and in your business, then you need to bring some awareness to it. And I always say that everything needs to start with awareness. And it's really interesting because I feel like when we're looking at this winning the game of really recognizing the positive and the negative. And so I would say I would take a piece of paper and I would draw a line down the middle. What games are you playing that you're winning at? And this is going really well. So in your business, maybe you're streamlining operations.
You're effectively delegating. You have your strategic plan. You know that the first quarter is, coming up to an end. So you're going to have your goals and you're going to look at them. You have your time calendar blocked. In your personal life, you are working the amount of hours that you want to work so that you're also spending time with your family, right? You have healthy habits in place. Where's that game? Are you winning at that one? The negative, right? What can be on the negative side of the games you're playing? Are you overworking? Are you micromanaging? Are you neglecting your personal life? Are you neglecting your health? Are you making excuses? And we can call that living in effect. You're living in the effect of the excuses instead of living at cause, knowing that at any given time, we're always at cause, right? It is us. And at any given time, we can change that and we can turn the negative into the positive and take action towards what we do actually want. And so once you have your list and you can see the games that you're winning, that you're like, oh my God, I'm winning at that game. And that's not a game I want to be winning at. That's when you can start making changes. So awareness is the first step. And then I love Dan Sullivan's 4 C's that he teaches. So he's the strategic coach and he teaches first, it takes commitment, then courage. Once you are committed to something and you 100% are committed to changing the games that you're playing that you're like, oh, I don't want to be winning that one. Once you're committed to changing it and you know exactly what you want, the commitment, next comes courage, the courage to make the change. And this is where I feel like in my practice of coaching clients, often that there's some deep work that needs to be done to help with that courage, some beliefs that need to get out of the way, even with the commitment. Sometimes making the commitment, your values aren't aligned with the commitment. And there's some mindset work that needs to be done with even the commitment part of it. So once you've done that commitment, courage, next is capabilities. And once you have the courage and you start doing things, the capabilities will come along to actually make that change. You will find what you need so that you are capable. And then last comes confidence. And you have to do it in that order because confidence is not going to come until you've made the commitment, the courage, you have the capability, then the confidence comes because you've started doing it. And once you've started doing it, then you have confidence and you know that you can do it. And so those are the 4 kind of the steps that Dan Sullivan teaches, which I think are perfect when we're going to switch from really what are we winning at to what do we want to be winning at and making that commitment there. So, I see entrepreneurs that are sometimes they're winning at striving, improving, and that is draining and stressful. And maybe instead they need to be winning at authenticity, winning at gratitude, winning at controlling what you can control and not worrying about what other people think, right? These are some of the games that we need to be winning at that will really do us good to move us forward in our business. And so, thinking about that, I also feel like with what I do and how I help my clients, that emotional intelligence piece is also really important in here because when you have emotional intelligence and you are self-aware of your emotions and you are able to regulate them, because if as solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, if we let our emotions run our day, it may not go like we want it to go, right? So being able to recognize the emotion and change the emotion, to regulate it, to get you back where you are in the peak performance state and raising the vibration. Because here's what we know. We know that energy is how the world moves. And when we show up in that place of energy, we show up energetic. We show up with the high vibration going on. We are going to attract the opportunities and the people that we need into our life. And so having that emotional intelligence to be self-aware and to self-regulate, that is huge, along with the other two factors of emotional intelligence, which are social regulation, social awareness, and social regulation. So you're aware of others also. I always think it starts with self first. Like we got to start with ourselves, especially when we want to change the games that we are winning. So, okay, that was a lot of seriousness. Here's a joke for you. Why did the entrepreneur refuse to play cards with the jungle animals? Too many cheetahs. Okay, just a little humor for today. You know why? Humor helps us decrease stress. So as you're thinking about the games you're winning, whether they're negative or positive, celebrate the positive games that you're playing and that you are winning at, that you want to be winning at. And you're like, oh, this is really moving me forward. And then take a good look. What are the games that you're winning at that you're like, oh, I don't actually want to be winning at that one. I really want to be doing the opposite. And then what's the commitment needed? Followed by courage, capabilities, and confidence. And your emotional intelligence. Where does that fall into this as well? So just some things to think about for the rest of this week as we move forward. Hope you found this episode valuable. I know that when I stopped on my walk and started thinking about what I was winning at, there are some things that I know in my business, I am not filling my pipeline enough, right? So I know for me, that's a game that, that not filling the pipeline is the game that I'm winning at right now. And what do I need to be doing? And looking at that from those 4 C's, that's what I'm doing currently. So that's kind of what I recognized that was going on of what I was winning at that I didn't want to be winning at. And that's what I'm changing. I would love to hear what game that you are winning at, that you are so happy that you're winning at that game. And what game are you winning at that you're like, ooh, and this is the one that I'm going to change. Drop it in the comments below, message me, DM me, let me know. I would love to hear so that I can be cheering you on as well. All right, have a great one. I will see you next week. And as always, rise up and live.
Thank you for being a part of the Winning in Business podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode and want to rise up to your next level of success, but are worried about increased stress, time for work and yourself and your family, not to mention being exhausted, I'd like to invite you to a complimentary strategy call where I'll show you how you can do it all. I'll help you reclaim time, keep your sanity, handle the chaos with ease, and move to the next level of success that you deserve and desire. I hope you found value in listening today. Please always leave your comments, feedback, or questions. We check them all. I want you to continue winning in business and reach your next level of success. See you next time.